So tell us a little bit of what it was like when you lived here.
When I lived here in the 80s, it was the graffiti artists had taken over the city. They all became very famous artists, but they started, so they would paint everything. So every square inch would be covered in graffiti art down here. I was lucky to be friends with Andy Warhol and that whole group of people, Robert Mapplethorpe and people like that. So I really hung out with a very interesting crowd back then when this area was the hottest area in town. And one block back there where it says Grand Street, that's the street I lived on.
Yeah.
I lived a couple of blocks up in a warehouse by myself. But you notice the cobblestone streets? This dates back to a period where they didn't have concrete, obviously. So you can see how far back this area dates. And you can see these are all the cast iron buildings, easier to build, and they were fire resistant because they had a lot of fires back then. So it created the mood for this area. When the artists took over, they had been abandoned because nobody manufactured here anymore. So artists moved in here because they get huge lofts for no money at all. I mean, I paid nothing for like this giant loft, you know, it was like $900 a month or something for this huge floor in this building. You know, it wasn't very safe back then. It's not the same in a sense, so I miss that part of it. But at the same time, it's a nice place to live.